Round 2, 0-1. Jund medium. All right. Copperline Gorge looking decent at least. We'll see what happens though. It's always awkward when we build your deck with a bunch of shatters and end up losing to enchantments, but now we get to play like a mirror match. So, should be interesting. Could go after the threats or go after the removal. The awkward part is that if I'm trying to protect my Tarmogoyf, my removal spell for their Tarmogoyf is Maelstrom Pulse. So I don't like that. Alright, Grimflare's nice. Play Flare, they can't kill it, and then I can potentially attack through Ooze, or at least trade with Ooze. Could also just draw a Lightning Bolt, which would be pretty sweet. If they drew a Lightning Bolt, it's not very sweet. I think overall, just our cards are going to trade, and there's not a whole lot of room to get an actual advantage. It's just like kind of going to be who draws better. But certainly what I do with this Grimflayer might matter. So if I draw another card type, it's on. I can just like pulse the Ooze, and then he would have to like pulse, or and I can't even Slaughter Pact the Grimflayer. So maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. I think either way, probably pulsing whatever 2-drop they play and then getting a hit in and making sure that I draw a relevant spell is probably going to be beneficial. Alright. Never mind. Okay. We're back on. So if I don't take the Ooze, they can play it and get my Grimflayer, which makes it hard to get Delirium. Then I can pulse it and actually connect, which I think seems pretty reasonable. They picked up a Raging Ravine, so that's kind of tough. So I don't think I can really afford to play a longer game against them. And I think I need a green source and a black source, so probably have to get Overgrown Tomb. Oh, Slaughter Pact, you're so good and yet so not. That's odd tapping. Please don't Lightning Bolt me. Tilt. Alright, well, we have threats, so that's good. We can play Confidant. They have Ravine Slaughter Pact. So we could just play the Confidant this turn. It doesn't use our mana the most efficiently. But I do like just kind of forcing them to have to draw something. But like then they also get a hit in for 3, 4. Yeah, they get a pretty big hit in. I don't think I want to do that. I think that's just dangerous. Yeah, they drew a discard spell. That's fine. I can take Confidant, Slaughter Pact my Goyf, and then all of our cards trade except they have a Raging Ravine. So I'm not quite sure how this happened, but it did. Probably don't have to Slaughter Pact now. Can just untap. And then if they draw a land, they can Animate Ravine, Slaughter Pact, and actually attack me. And if they draw like a Cletus or something, if that's in their deck, then it's just like, ooh, I'm dead. All right. This is good, though. Since they didn't really draw a spell they could cast. Maybe a Lightning Bolt? I think I want red-green. And if they want to Slaughter Pact my Goyf now, then they can't Ravine me the next turn, so. Does work out. Oh, what is this? K-Command. Jeez. Jeez. If I drew a good card there, I'd actually be kind of upset. Yeah, now they're going to wait until they can play Tarmogoyf and actually kill mine, so they can have some sort of board presence. Alright, alright. Oh, maybe I should have just played Dark Confidant the turn I could have. Felt like I would have just gotten beaten down. I guess now they still don't. No. I guess if they want to, they can Slaughter Pact. They certainly didn't have to. Well, if they have another removal spell, then sure. What did I say about Top Deck Wars? That I wasn't going to win them? Was that it? Yeah. And like that, we're dead. Huh. So I definitely like some amount of these four. Brutality is definitely not great, but kind of gets the job done. Could also just be explosives. And the discard is typically not great. But I do feel like since we're more of a threat-heavy version of this deck, that we kind of do want some of them, just because being able to force through a threat is real nice. Brutality kind of does the thing where it lets you trade an excess resource for potentially a spell. And if I ever snipe a Dark Confidant or an Ooze with this, it's going to feel great. I'm not sure if my opponent's playing Grimflayer or not. I assume with Kolaghan's command that they're probably not. But I already have bolts. Not sure how much of that effect I actually want. Cletus is definitely great, though. No matter what, you want to be a little bit more threat dense. Even if you decide that, like, hey, you know, I don't really want to keep in this discard or whatever. I do think that no matter what, the games are going to be grindy. And you're going to want more threats. And this hand is good because I have 3 threats, but at the same time, I can't answer any of their threats. And I have no discard or anything, so it's... my hand is very one-dimensional. The saving grace is that I'm on the play, so they can't actually get value out of Liliana. And I definitely don't want Blood Crypt because I have a Blackleaf Glyphs. But I can go Overgrown Tomb into Cliffs, and we're playing Cliffs in case we draw another Scars land, basically. At this point, like, the thinning of my deck might actually be relevant. I think that's a thing that people just say a lot, like, you know, I want to thin my deck or whatever, which I don't like. I don't generally like that, but, like, right now I think it would be better. But if we draw another Scars land, we're going to want to play it, so. Them playing a 1-2 Goyf is a real good sign for me. Because they can't really block here. which means I get to connect. And that's a lot of magic cards. Definitely don't mind Slaughter Pact. I don't mind Inquisition either, really. I think we're only going to keep the Pact. And I don't think we're going to play Tarmogoyf. Well, it's weird, because if... What I kind of want to do is, like, terminate the Goyf, untap, play Cletus, play Slaughter Pact, but my opponent might not play into that. Like, if they play a Liliana, then it's bad that I'm just, like, losing my one threat. And if I terminate the Goyf, it means that my Slaughter Pact might also just not have a very good target. So I think I'm actually going to play Goyf, and I'm going to try and remember not to fetch, because that would be really bad, and I actually like having the Slaughter Pact there. Okay. I mean, that plays. It definitely plays. Okay. All right. You have killed my stuff. And I'm just going to do this now so that they can't terminate my Cletus in response, and no matter what, I have a zombie running around. Zombie gives me Liliana protection too, which is pretty nice. It's nice that I got that Inquisition out of my deck too. Like, there are definitely a lot of spots where, like, I could see just terminating Goyf, drawing the Inquisition, trying to play Inquisition Goyf on the next turn, but wow. Don't want to say that my opponent is definitely dead, but I'm, like, pretty far behind. I do have to spend my turn trying to not lose the game by paying for the Slaughter Pact. Get a little life buffer, which is nice. And then hopefully we don't lose to something like Bolt Liliana. Painful Druid Song. My opponent's kicking it old school. So I could just terminate this now. I don't think my opponent can really do anything in response. They could have, like, Dismember or something. Murderous Cut, perhaps? Alright, well, it seems like they F6'd. And if that's the case, I will take my second zombie. I'm going to play the untapped land so that I have mana to sack both zombies if it actually comes down to that. I don't think it's going to, but I don't think playing this tapped really does anything for me either. And we could sack a zombie to gain more life, but with my opponent going to 2, I feel like just having a wide diversity of threats is much better than just having a big threat. Let's have a bunch of cards still, too. Kalida's Slaughter Pact combo. Ever get comboed out in the Jund Mirror? Now that I'm on the draw, I feel like I'm probably going to be in more spots like my opponent was, where they're forced to react to me. So I might actually want the brutalities. Possible I could just have those instead of Inquisitions. Being on the draw makes it so I kind of want 1-drops, though, instead of these. But it would be pretty nice to actually play this, ding their 2, get a removal spell out of their hand, and like set up for next turn. But I really feel like if that's the case, I'm going to want some 1-mana cards to also just help bridge the gap there. I think it's like... I kind of want like 2 Inquisitions, but I really don't want to cut anything. I guess I could cut a land. Cutting a land blasphemy? I don't think it is. I'm on the draw. Copperline Gorge, get out. Get out. Well, that's what we get for cutting a land, I guess, because we have Brutality and Inquisition in our opener, cards that would not be there unless we did have that land. So, our opponent kept 7. Actually tempted to keep this. Only because we have Inquisition and Bolt. If we didn't have another 1-drop, I probably wouldn't. This is really risky, but I'm in there. Let's do this. We're gonna lose in style here. I was alarmed there for a second. I thought maybe I'd F6 through my turn, but thankfully no. Any Tarmogoyfs over there? Any Tarmogoyfs we can take? No, just a bunch of golden lightning bolts, I guess. Not even playing their Dark Confidant. That's very strange. I don't understand. What are you saving it for? A rainy day? Yeah, I don't understand what's happening. I mean, I'm super happy it happened. I'm also kind of weirded out by the fact that they didn't bolt my Lavamancer. I don't know what's going on here. I am perplexed. Like a damnation or something? I mean, if so, you got me good. Got me good. Alright. No respect for the Grim Lavamancer, I see. Well, use is good. Cannot brutality that, but I can bolt it. And then, do I want to keep open Lavamancer activation, which helps play around Liliana? Imagine if they had Liliana, they would have used it. So my opponent has Pulse, Confidant, and a random card. play a Tarmogoyf, I can shoot them and minus the Goyf by 1, which is certainly relevant, but what about my Tarmogoyf? I do like the fact that I'm just chilling with all spells. So, like, despite this being, like, really awkward, I kind of do like siding out a land. Just feels right, just to be so threat dense. Or even answer dense, you know? I guess if my opponent plays threat, it might be bad for me, so maybe I should have kept Lavamancer open. Like, if they play Confidant and Tarmogoyf or something, then I'm going to want to be able to kill one. Okay, I'm down with that. Fixing my mana. Thank you, kind sir. You know, like, Fulminator, my other one? Okay, okay, need to draw land. Land, please. Tilt. Tilt, tilt, tilt. So I can't play Tarmogoyf because they have Maelstrom Pulse. I could Brutality. What if I just offer up Lavamancer for a trade? Do you think they'd take that? Because if I'm going to Brutality, I'm not going to Lavamancer, so... They probably won't want to take this, just because if they get to untap, that's just game. And I think I only want 2 modes, not 3. Well, I made a mistake. Oh, they found another pulse. That's bad for me. Looks like pulse my Lavamancer finally. Yep. Black mana. Any black manas? Nope. But my curve is so low. I guess I technically do have 2 0 drops in my hand, but... Well, that's a good sign. Can't imagine they have anything worth inquisitioning. I'm not doing anything else with my mana. I felt like if they had a land the turn before, they would have played it, but whatever. Go Dark Confidant, kill my opponent, but also don't give them spells. Forest. I can deal with Forest. You ever slaughter packed a Raging Ravine? Because it feels nice. I'm not going to get to do it in this situation, but maybe next turn. Tilt. Well, we have some backdoor outs. Bob punching my opponent in the face for 3 is one of them. Oh no! We needed that. We needed that Tarmogoyf. Aw. Can't tell if Fulminator Mage is good or bad for me. If I only left that Lavamancer on tap for the one turn. Oh, I would have gotten in like one more damage too. That's crazy. I guess I could have just shot the Confidant instead of Brutalitying, and then they could have, like... I guess it made it so they had to peel a removal spell to kill the Lavamancer. But if I just shot a Confidant, then I would still have Brutality even after they killed it. So I could have killed the Confidant, and then we could still maybe be in this. Alright, that's good. That's good. So, my opponent now wants to chump, which I'm completely down with. And then hopefully we can find a third land and actually put this game away. If they have a Lightning Bolt, it's less good for me, but if they had a Lightning Bolt, I also would have been dead. So, they can't really have that one. I don't think it's bad if I draw 2 Overgrown Tombs. Wait. 5. Yeah. Alright, what you got? You have a forest in hand, right? So this is 5, so Bolt doesn't kill me. That means they can't attack me. Oh, wait. No, there's still a mana short, too, of activating 2 Ravines. So if they just played out all their lands and they drew a land this turn, then they could kill me. I don't think this game was played optimally on both sides. I especially didn't like my opponent's Ghost Quarter. If they not Ghost Quartered me, then I would be pretty screwed. Ooze is a nice one. Ooze let some stuff happen. I think I'm still good to just play Liliana minus, attack, have Slaughter Pact. Yeah, that should be game, actually. Because what's likely going to happen is they're going to eat 2 card types. Or eat 2 creatures. And then want to save 5 mana for Ravine. And then we're going to Slaughter Pact and Trample over. I guess in theory they could also animate a Ravine. That might actually be better, because then in theory it would give them a 5/5 and also 5 life. Or they could just do this, which I don't think is great either way. I feel like they should have tried to trade. They could also just do the same play, like gain some life, make a creature. I guess if they draw Fulminator, I'm dead, but whatever. Oh, no, I'm not. Nope, not dead. So I don't think I can die. They can, like, animate Ravine and hit me, and I would have to Slaughter Pact it, and then, because if I didn't, they could have Lightning Bolt and potentially kill me. So yeah, I guess I do die to Fulminator. As long as they play like they could potentially have Lightning Bolt. Attacking me seems correct. Alright. Have Bolt and not Fulminator, please. Crap. Wait. No, I have another Slaughter Pack. Never mind. Not crap. Yeah. Yay, low land count.